今天是2011年的7月3号，是我们这个越野车队行前的一次全体成员的大聚会。我们要讨论这次行程的主要事项。今天天下着雨，在墨尔本的山林里，雨天很冷，很冷。我们来到了 Ron 和 Nadia 的家里面，在山里，我们看到这个家里面很温暖。这里点着一个非常暖和的火炉，这个火炉是要用一种非常环保的木材。这种木材呢来进行取暖。那么这种木材呢，它在燃烧的时候不会冒出很大的烟，同时呢也没有那种异味，会有非常好的木材的芳香。我现在呢就把这个木材呢放到这个火炉里面，为大家来取暖。OK。
I'm doing my agenda for today's meeting. We'll kick off in a few minutes when the rest of the crew arrive. We've got some latecomers and various bits of traffic issues. And this afternoon's going to be action-packed, fully loaded with everything you can possibly think of about this trip. I'm looking forward to it. Gunby.
我
If I could get you all seated at the table and we'll get this meeting underway. Come on up. Aye, Captain. Today is actually a very special day. So we're having this monumental meeting for our trip to really get all the fine detail, all of the questions answered. So what I'm going to do is we'll do a roundtable introduction so everyone can meet some of our new people on our trip. And I'll start with Nadia, if you can just say what you'd like to get out of the trip as well as any topics you want covered today.
For me, the adventure is not just as a sort of a geographic point of view. It's the adventure within me, the adventure of who I truly am and who I have become, and the adventure in our relationship and the adventure of everybody together, and the adventure of the spirit and the emotional and the mental and the physical. So it's a combination of, it's adventure, I suppose, summarize all of that. Yeah.
我们想跟那个Ron 和娜佳和他的这个团队的朋友，我们作为一个华人，能跟澳洲人一起融入这个大自然当中去。
So we'd like to see this as an opportunity for Chinese to actually mix in with the Australians together to experience this together.
Cool. And Sue?
谢谢。
Sue?
Yeah, Sue. It's going to take a while. It's not a good idea at the time.
尤其我觉得这是一个对于我和刘来说，我们是一个非常奇特的探险之旅。
For us, it's a very unique adventurous tour.
我们不能用语言来和每一位同伴去交流。
We can't communicate with all of you in language.
但是我们坐在这儿已经感受到了，我们彼此之间可以用心沟通。
But just sitting here, I already experienced that we can communicate through our hearts.
Team China was, right from the outset, was most interesting. And I thought, probably like a lot of others, how is this going to work?
My name's Tom. Nice to meet you, Sue and Lou. No, Sue and Lou, that way around. Yeah. My wife Wendy. I am really looking forward to this trip, apart from the fact that I need a break. We both need a break just to get away and from the everyday life. So I'm really looking forward to going that much further and to the top, to be able to say that I've been to the top of Australia.
Contrary to previous trips, I'd just like to have a good time. Would be my number one objective, so we can find a way of meeting that. Apart from that, whatever else happens. It's a new area for me, haven't been past Townsville before, so really looking forward to getting up into that country, getting on some good four-wheel drive tracks, have a hoon around, hopefully a bit of winching and people getting bogged. Wayne, take note. Just have a great time as per always, of course. Probably the only thing we should just make sure we cover off today is just understanding the group costs for everyone, or where we're at with that side of things.
The first up, all of the national park costs, the permits, the daily fees and the camp fees totalled, wait for this, $1,771.50 for the whole group. Done, right? There's one thing about the Australian desert. Once you've got it, once you've had it, once you've seen it, got it in your blood, it never, ever, ever leaves you.
I suspect it's going to be the most challenging trip due to the terrain, but I won't let this bloke over here lead me astray. And I won't listen to him when he tells me, oh yeah, that was easy.
So from 96, I just went bang, bang, bang in terms of trips with Jeff, learnt the ropes, learnt the way to handle the desert, handle the vehicles, handle organisation. And then I started doing our own trips and got more and more proficient in that. And every time I sort of put my hand right, I think I'm going there, and all of a sudden people want to be with me and do the trips, because they know that I'm going to think about it, plan it, think about where we want to go, what we want to achieve, and we do it. And we do it safely, and we do it with a lot of fun. One of the things that's very different about this trip, and trust me, I've been discovering this every single day, is that because it's literally 70,000 people a year go up to Cape York. And if you think about that's a very limited season, they're actually able to get in there. It is going to have people everywhere. So in terms of our camping, in terms of our where we are, we will have people. So logistically, it's outlining where we're going, and the days, what will make up a day, that's the most mind-bending, right? It really is, because distances, time, what's a reasonable start time in the day, given that people have got to pack up stuff from the overnight. If we're touring and a new camping spot every night, what does that mean? People get tired. So what time of the day we're starting, what time of the day to finish, so that people have enough time to set up, relax, and enjoy the countryside rather than go, 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 go. Okay, all right, so the trip, in terms of just I'll just cover the itinerary so we can just get what I've done at each point. Now, so how critical are the planning meetings for the success of a trip like this? In my mind, absolutely critical. What's discussed, people have their pent-up questions. They want to know what I have in my mind. They want to be able to express themselves, what they know. They've done their own research. They'd like to feed that in. But quite often people haven't got the logistical background, they haven't done, or they're not really of that type of thinking in terms of where to go, how long it will take, what you need to take, what's the food, how do we cook, all of those nuts and bolts stuff, right, that are fundamental in enabling you to feel safe, feel like it's that you're not worried about your gear, you're not worried about what you're going to eat, you're not going to worry about water, you're not going to worry about where you're going. It's a function of just enjoying the journey. Right? If you aren't registered for Big Four or Top Tourist, then register, because it's worth the money saving on your bookings.
And having him there makes I'm just totally a lady of leisure. I don't have to worry a thing about planning. He just does it all for me, and a lot of times for the whole team, really. He's out there.
I'd like to think that I'm actually doing it for me, and everyone's just enjoying participating.
Well, for you to be needed and to be loved, and Sue made a wonderful comment, and Liu as well, says he's the model communist member. 共产党员
It was mainly point, this sort of business, and we got the message across, and it just worked. Gary,
Yeah.
Barb,
Yeah.
Wendy,
Windy.
yeah, my wife.
Yeah.
I just light fire.
This trip is about us getting from Cairns to way up here, tip of Australia. 1,700 kilometres, 2 weeks. First night, Cairns, going through Mosman, Daintree National Park, and the Cape Trib National Parks. First night at Cape Trib. And then next night we'll be travelling along the Bloomfield Track, which is a famous track that they put in, Wudjal Wudjal Falls, and all the way up to Cooktown. Simple overnight stop, Cooktown, restock necessary, last fuel for a while, last main for supplies. Then we're going to venture into our first real sort of main country gravel tracks, etc., up through on our way to Old Laura and into the Hahn River into the Lakefield National Park. After 2 nights, so that's our first 2-night stop, we'll go back out to the main development road, Musgrave Roadhouse, ice cream, bit of fuel if you need to, and then make our way up through to Cowan. And we're going to make our way up through the Archer River Roadhouse and over to the Wenlock River. That'll be a 1-night stop on Wenlock, and then into the Iron Range National Park, all the way up to Chili Beach. 3 nights. And Wayno's Party. Get ready for that. And then make our way up to Musgrave Telegraph Station. And we'll stay there a night. And next day, we'll make our way up to the start of the old Telegraph Track. And then make our way up Gunshot up to Fruitbat Falls. That'll be the first opportunity we get a chance to swim. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then we'll spend 2 nights at Elliott Falls. At the magic place for freshwater swimming. After Elliott Falls, we'll make all the way up, across the Jardine and up into Loyalty Beach. 5 nights, chill out, luxury. We do Christmas Island, we visit the top, we go fishing, everything there. From Cairns to there, 1,700k of rough, tumble, corrugations, dust, bull dust, you name it, it'll all be there, all waiting for us. That's Cape York. All right, you ready? Yeah. Another one.
The experience of Cape York really gets going and starts when you actually leave Cairns. That's when you get the sense that you've now left the big travel behind, the hard run up to Cairns, and you're now heading into the outback and heading towards Cape York.
Just waiting for the ferry to cross over the Daintree River, and then the magic starts even better.
When you hop on that ferry, you cross the Daintree, you get off the other side. it's like when you're out in the bush, you leave the bitumen road, your wheels hit the gravel for the first time, and you just know that you're in a different world.
非常自然，而且非常原始，是一个保留的非常美丽美好这样的一片森林。
这是一个体检，这是世界遗产。
这
个是 Daintree 热带云这是一个世界遗产。
Beautiful countryside. Beautiful. You look up there, there's plants having sex. There's a sign that tells you all about it.
刘哥，你看这个树上的绿蚂蚁，很近拍，这小绿蚂蚁。
Having a bilingual group, in particular having Chinese and Australian, we're very fortunate that Nadia was able to do a lot of the translation for us as we were going through. But in my case, from a tour organising point of view, it was what's their capability? What's their ability to withstand the pressures of the day and the stress and strain of that? It was an unknown factor.
Having Mrs. Sue and Lagur on the trip was interesting for us because we really didn't know what to expect.
So for the trip being bilingual, having two different cultures, has that added another dimension? It certainly has. It's made it far more interesting and more fun, and for people actually to be able to explore a different dimension of themselves.
For me, the bilingual was the adventure and the fun. I really saw the child in all of us come out, particularly Lagur and Mrs. Sue. Both, everything was awe and everything was wonder, everything was new. Every day, every moment, every corner we went around was more pictures. That's new, that's new, that's new. And the awe and the eyes were just incredible, bright smile. Every time you looked at them, they were beaming, beaming with fun and adventure and laughter, and nothing was a problem.
We often couldn't communicate verbally. We didn't understand each other. They were talking, we were talking, we had no clue what each other was talking about. So we used a lot of sign language, and we got to be pretty good at that.
Your car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the film?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Good.
I just lost my car.
Oh, quick, come alert.
Where is it?
We didn't understand one another, and Nadia was not always there to translate, and so it was mainly point, this sort of business, and we got the message across, and it just worked.
Gary,
Yeah.
Barb,
Yeah.
Wendy.
Wendy.
Wendy, yeah.
Yeah.
My wife.
Yeah.
I just light fire. You are getting very good at English.
有了吗？今天我们就想把摄像机的位置固定在这。今天咱们要是从这回来。
今天是2011年的8月5日，我们穿越小组的7台车，今天呢要重新过这条河。我们要从这条河呢再出发去另外的一个向星期士岛走。我们这个小队一共是7辆车，7个非常非常棒的司机。
They're exciting. They're you know, they take time. They take you know, you get an exhilarated feel of getting to the other side without getting stuck. You know, negotiating something that is a challenge and you've succeeded safely. That's the part of what we're, and you get wet. What a day, what an awesome creek. We've just had some fun going across the creek and back again for some footage, and had a good old burble of the diesels in the water.
Very rough
fantastic.
approach.
Rough approach.
Rough approach on the entry to the creek. Had to pick your line through the rocks,
through the holes,
through the big barrow hole in the middle. Right. Use a few crocodiles for traction under the tyres, give us a bit more clearance, and across the river we came. Just before the big flood hit.
Yeah, just before.
And who is better than us? Nobody!
下个星期，我们探险队伍将会变得很脏，因为整个队伍将穿越壮观的 kayak、凹凸不平的石块和汹涌的河流。